Hello, party people. Just to give a little sort of life update. Um, so my brother got the virus, COVID, whatever. A second time. He seems to be slowly recovering from it. However, he didn't want to wear a mask around the house or whenever people were nearby. And by people, I mean the other members of the household. My mom started dry coughing today. She's pretty sure she has it. Seems to be. Maybe it feels the same way as the first time. My father has not gotten it yet. And I have not gotten it a second time either. My dad had it once, but we've all had it once at least, and now looks like it's making a sequel. That's sort of that's almost the order it went in the first round. My brother got it first, then my mom got it, then my dad got it, and I got it last. I don't know what that says about my immune system, but I got it last. Maybe I'll just try to be as careful as possible, and obviously it didn't work out. Not that it was a failure or anything, it just didn't go my way. I mean, as ridiculous as it sounds, let's say the catastrophic, the worst case scenario happened, and with my parents being older and my brother having a compromised immune system, I don't want to be the only one left, and I know that might seem like jumping to conclusions, but I really don't think I am. My parents are pretty close to 80 years old, and situation with my brother, and then there's me, where fortunately or unfortunately, physically there's nothing wrong with me. Physically, emphasis on physically, emphasis on something wrong. Yeah, I think my cousin tried to reassure me and tell me that like you're thinking a little bit too far ahead, but the whole jumping to conclusions thing, and I don't think I am. I think it's very realistic that someone, at least one person of this household, it could be lethal, and when the dominoes fall like that, what are you supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Imagine if I was the only one left here. What would happen in this house? What would happen to me? Do I stay here or do I go? Where do I go? Where can I go? I think I know this sounds ridiculous, but I think I should get my will in order, since I've never done that before. My parents did it semi recently. I think it was last year or something. I don't know. And but I've never done mine. And I mean, I guess looking at this setup here, I have a lot of shit. How much of it is valuable? I don't know. But I would like to leave it to someone that actually wants it or will make good use of it. I'm not sure I know anyone like that. Not to say that I'm unique or anything, but I was YouTubing before this pandemic. I didn't jump on the bandwagon. I've been doing this for 5 years, more than 5 years, and obviously I'm not a famous YouTuber. I'm a lot farther than some people have gotten, considering that a lot of people just give up. And I don't do that, but I don't 100% dedicate myself to this either. Because if I did, I would like to think it'd be better. Not that there's anything wrong with it now. It's just not at the level that ideally I wish it could be. But again, I still consider it a hobby that I take seriously. If you have a hobby and you don't take it seriously, why the fuck do you have that hobby? I don't know. If you're not going to put the maximum effort into it, what's the point? I don't know. It feels like it feels like that just kills time for you. You just occupy yourself with it, but you don't really think about how to make it better, how to improve. In this case, how to improve your videos, how to increase your reach, your audience reach. Actually look at your analytics to see where you can improve, etc. I mean, I'm getting a little off topic here, but I'm not ashamed to admit this. I'm scared. Not so much of the worst case scenario, more like there's a pretty good chance I'm going to be the only one left. Even if everyone lives the maximum number of years they live, there's a pretty good chance I'm going to be the only one left. Unless something happens to me, hopefully not. But if something does, I would have no control over it. And that would bother me that someone else, whoever else in this household, might be the only one left. Like for me, granted, I understand I'm not the youngest, like the super youngest. I'm only 2 years apart from the next oldest person, and like I just I don't know what I would do. And I feel like thinking about that isn't jumping the gun. I feel like it's a pretty good idea to start planning, start figuring out what I need to do first to get whatever paperwork in order, whatever happens when whoever eventually passes away. Let's be real. We're all not going to live forever. I mean, I don't know what scares me more. Either harm coming to myself or that I can't control, or the worst case scenario that I can't control either. So I'm pretty sure if I do get it, I'll be the last one in the household to get it. I like to think I'm the most careful. And even when I work, everyone in the clinic, as soon as you enter the door, you put your mask on. You don't take it off until you leave. And it doesn't matter if you're a client, if you're an employee, whoever. You enter that building, you put a mask on. And if you refuse to, you can't stay in the building. I mean, I don't want to go into detail about the employees and what happened to them. But it was very reminiscent of the initial response to all of this when it did first hit. And there were people who didn't believe in masks. There were people who just didn't, I don't want to say take it seriously, but realize that people are dying because of this, and you're not exactly helping the situation. I just wish I knew what step I'm supposed to take or what the next path is, and because like if you guys notice, I like to plan things. I like things organized, etc. Obviously, even the best laid plans sometimes fail. I've been trying to schedule an appointment with the drive-through testing here with the walk-in clinic that's local. Fortunately, I have not started showing symptoms. I guess it's possible I'm asymptomatic, but I don't know who I'm thinking about more, because basically I just group all the other people in this household together, and because I'm not gonna play favorites. I'm not gonna, you know, I'm gonna try not to do more for certain people versus other people, other family members of the immediate family. But what do I do in terms of myself? I don't know. I just live my life. I go to work. Sometimes I have a split shift, so I come home and then I just go back to work. Usually after work, I go to the gym. I mean, if I was displaying symptoms, I would self-quarantine myself. It would suck because that could be a long time without working out. I could do push-ups and whatever. Body exercises. I don't know what they're called. It's very disconcerting how fragile this whole situation is. I mean, even if he knew it wouldn't kill you, would you want it a second time? Would you want the virus a second time? The sequel? Would you want that? I mean, I'm pretty sure no one likes to be sick. I don't know, unless you're some sort of masochist. You know what? I was thinking about this. I watched I think it was a lesbian thirst trap that said they were trying to put an end to the patriarchy, but in a situation like this household where it's always been that way, let's say, I don't know why I was thinking about this. This is an old army thing that I was thinking about, old military thing. So let's say my father is at the point. He's at the front of the squad. Technically, he's a squad leader. He detects where to go and defends against anyone directly in front of him or within his peripheral. The next person would be my mom, who covers, like, either, depending on the walls and whatnot, covers to the right, for example, while my brother would cover the left, because then that way all directions in the peripheral front are covered. And that leaves me. I would be watching the six. Basically because I am, I don't want to say it's because I'm shortest, but that does play a factor. And I would cover the entire rear in case we got flanked or, ambushed from behind. That squad makes sense. I understand it's not a reality, or whatever analogy or metaphor I'm trying to make here. What happens when I'm by myself and what happens when I'm by myself and I have to cover all the directions? It's impossible. Because at some point when you turn your head, that might be the last turn of your head you make. I mean, I'm honestly not worried about myself as much, even though it might seem that way. Let me clarify this. I'm not worried about myself and the virus. I'm worried about myself and, like I said, what happens when I'm the only one left. Alright, well, this is one quick life update. I'm not even sure if it counts as a life update. It just didn't have to go down this way. Like, maybe, I hate to say this, if everyone was as careful as I was and am, maybe things would be different. But at the end of the day, it's not like there's great circulation throughout the household because it's the fucking winter, so all the windows are closed. Does that necessarily trap the virus, the air in this house? I don't fucking know. But, you know, I'm not a fucking doctor. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a biologist. I'm not working in a lab somewhere. Despite what you people might think, I am not a spy for a foreign country. That's a shame. That's a shame. It has to be that way too, because like that still exists. The stigma that because I look the way I look, I'm not considered a real American. When in reality, I'm a lot more American than other people in this country, and I feel disrespected when no one considers that. I mean, like, I understand I don't have to prove myself to anyone, but some recognition that I'm not some sort of biological terrorist would be nice. I don't need people's dirty looks. I don't need people's stereotypes, the names they might call me, or people that look like me. I don't need any of that, but it's still given to me. What am I supposed to do about it? What can I do about it? I mean, would I be dumb and assault someone? Would I be dumb and like retort back and just some ridiculous shouting argument would take place? I don't know. I mean, that website with the videos, call it COVID.com, whatever it is. I still think about that video. I remember it very vividly. And why did it have to be this way, you know? Alright, sorry if this was a little random and about many different subjects, but that's what's going on. This is my life. Alright guys, take care of yourselves and each other.